Oh putain! Oh putain! Merde, vite! Vite, vite! Retourne dedans! Retourne dedans! C'est bon.
Welcome everybody to the Plumes of Hazard. As always, I'm your host, the Angstful Vapor. To my left is the lovely, talented Food Bach, and right down there below me in the freezer is the Master of Blasters of Warranties, Mass Blast 09.
What up? What up, Josh?
Slunge. Oh shit, that just sprayed my fucking tag on it.
Today is the Cilantro Fart Day for real.
Yes. Well, yes.
I thought about having a drink, but like I took a nap not that long ago. I'm still not fully like
not back.
How can you take a nap so late?
Well, my work I work late, like 12 to 8, and I get up normal hours. So I've been up since like 7-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a boring ass work day after about 3 o'clock. So listen to my podcasts and then I passed out.
Yeah.
Did you have any issues with Google CAPTCHA when I took a shit this morning?
No, I saw you mention that.
Thankfully, we don't use too much Google stuff. Actually, corporate don't like it. So
yeah.
Outside of like using Google Authenticator, I think that's about it. I think that's the only shit we use. The Microsoft shit, though.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
And this is literally after most of the share drives in the building have already been moved to Teams.
Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker. Yeah, that was a big one. The funniest part though was why the fuck are you rolling that shit out at 3 in the afternoon on a fucking Friday? Like, why?
That happened.
Or Monday, sorry.
Yeah, on a Monday. Yeah.
That happened at my last job on a Monday. So it was like one whole department. Like half the department moved to the downtown JPM building, and everything on that end went smooth except. So I think what were we using? Like AppSphere and via Citrix. They pushed out an AppSphere update on a Monday morning, and everyone got locked out unless you had already signed in before. And basically anyone who came into work early that morning was fine. They just couldn't lock their machine.
Right.
And so there were like 2/3 of the people couldn't sign in for like 2 hours. And where was the update push from? India.
Oh.
That's where the servers are.
No comment. I've got a lot of my teammates in this last client that are from the subcontinent, and
they're not pushing updates on a Monday in the banking industry.
Pushing updates on a Monday. Thank God.
Week of earnings reports.
Oh, you see, Tim. I work in e-commerce. Our management team thought it was a good idea to roll out a new warehouse management system a week before Black Friday. Smart.
Yeah, that's why they're management.
Yeah, right.
Their whole job is to like fuck someone. Like, oh, I'm sorry. No. And it's even more shameful if they work their way up to management from like your position, because they should know better.
Yeah.
More shameful. It's not like, oh, we brought in someone from another company.
Right. Did you see Festy too? So Festy's building a PC, or he's starting the process of building a PC. And he said, anybody want to trade a new video card for a couple of Nardas? He's like, I'm only kind of kidding. I think you probably would.
How recent of one are you looking for? Because I have one that I've considered selling because it is a hot ticket item on the eBay right now.
The 3080?
I got a special one that took down the internet that's full of sweet tea.
You still have that?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Of course
Somewhere.
he does.
Yeah.
That's enshrined in the Vaping Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the video card that took down Google's.
But yeah, I have a 1070 that I got off of Eric D last year that I've since upgraded from, and apparently like selling for a good bit more than I paid for it.
There's not that new hotness that High Horse has got, is it?
No, it's a 1070.
The 10, that's what I've got on this thing. It's a 1070 Ti, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a 1070 too.
I have the little adorable 1070 mini single fan, the gigabyte one. Thing is pretty great. Single 8-pin power connector. Is very nice.
Nice.
But,
Hey, what's up, Addy?
As you know, everyone's mining with them, so
Right.
it's jacked up the prices.
Daylight savings is a joke.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude, I don't whatever. I don't give a shit about it anymore. It happens, it happens.
Oh, I hate it. It's so stupid.
Yeah. It predates World War One. Like health insurance being tied to your employment is like it started as a World War II like tax incentive,
Right.
but it's still a thing. But it's like daylight savings. It's whatever. I actually completely fucking forgot about it until my sister told me about it on Sunday, and I was like, oh, okay. That's why my kitchen clock is really off.
I can't. It drives me crazy because my jacked up sleep schedule, like I sleep the hardest and the longest, like between 2 or 3 and 7. Like that's like my window where I get sleep every night. And when you take an hour of that out, it's a big hit. I was dragged. Although this year, for whatever reason, on Sunday I had slept really poorly that night, so I actually was already up, and it didn't bother me so much Sunday. But I was dragging a little bit Monday for sure.
But everyone's gonna be loving daylight savings when we go an hour back.
No, fuck it.
And everyone's gonna
I
be
just
happy.
shouldn't take it out. It's crazy. Just leave my sleep schedule alone.
I love the people that are like, I get an extra hour. You don't get shit. It's the same thing.
No,
Wait,
yeah,
just
you're-
magically, oh, here we go. We're going to just make you an hour.
Right.
You don't know how to find time that no one else knows about? Come on, get on my
You
level.
get 13 hours today.
But the only thing it throws off for me is calling family abroad. That's about it.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, right.
Or trying to schedule meetings across 3 or 4 different time zones.
Yep.
When the
Especially-
different time zones are in daylight or not daylight at different times.
And the ones that don't participate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Time zones are bad enough, but when you add varying time daylight savings across the world too, it's
Yeah,
just
especially like people who live in like not great like meh time zones like mountain people. Ugh.
Mountain people.
like mountain people. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Rifle's
think
not
they're-
wrong. There's more heart attacks and car accidents. There's more suicides on that Monday.
Yeah.
There's a spike in suicides. There's a spike in a lot of different things that are not good. Oh, but I did hear that last year they passed, or is it 2 years ago? They passed the worst name I've ever heard in my life, the Daylight Protection Act or something like that.
Oh, boy.
That is supposedly going to finally get us off of DST totally.
Yeah, I think that shit started in Florida, didn't it?
I think so.
I think like Arizona doesn't do it right. And
Arizona and Hawaii.
Parts of Arizona do though. So
yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't work when you do it like that.
no, it doesn't. What's the thing is, I think Arizona's like 90% not, but then there's like the Hopi reservation in the middle of it that does. But inside of the Hopi, there's a small bit that doesn't.
What the fuck is this? East and West Berlin within East and West Germany? Like,
Yeah,
what
it's-
the fuck?
Pretty much.
There's a fantastic video by I don't think it's Kirkazad. I
don't
think it's
know.
the other guy that does the.
This is
the-
way too many fucks about daylight savings that I do not give.
It's one of those animated infographic sorts of things. Just search for daylight savings time on YouTube, and it's got like it's like a black and white thing of why daylight savings time is stupid or something like that. And it's a brilliant thing that I link to people like every year because he makes a lot of he goes down and calculates it about how previously back when they put it in, it made a small amount of sense because of how much power was used by lights and in general in your house.
Sure.
Back when they put it in, but these days with air conditioning and the internets and all that other stuff, we use more power now than is saved by an hour of daylight. And the whole damn thing was started by a jackass who wanted to collect bugs. Stupid.
It made sense from a farming standpoint, but that's when like 40% of the country were farmers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's whatever. There's a bunch of other like old backward shit. It's daylight savings is one of the shit sandwiches we have to eat that people still.
But we
complain about.
don't have to eat it. It's stupid. Stop eating
there's
shit
a lot of
sandwiches.
shit sandwiches we don't have to eat.
We
That's
have the
one of
power.
them. There's a lot of shit sandwiches we don't have to eat, but we still eat them. Right?
Was it fecal phagia? Something like that?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Fucking paying taxes. That's a shit sandwich.
Hey, that's theft.
Paying taxes with no interest. That's that. But that's what I mean. Paying taxes.
And then you got the
sandwich.
people that give the government a loan, and they're like,
Fucking-
"Oh, thank you, government,
Thank
for
you
giving
for
me
my
my money
refund."
back."
Alternate side parking in
Minus-
NYC. That's the
minus-
biggest shit sandwich.
Yeah.
Street cleaning is a fucking scam. Changed my mind.
What's a scam?
Street cleaning. Like 90% of it.
Not here.
Really?
Shit. that
Why would you
freaking-
say
Bro,
that's nice.
like the streets did not get cleaned in NYC, most of NYC for like the first
Maybe
month
they
of
do get
lockdown.
clean for
Nothing
about.
changed.
Maybe
Nothing
they
changed.
do get clean like 5 minutes, and then people shit on them again.
No, nothing changed. They didn't get clean for like 2 months. Nothing happened. It's just like the easiest way to get fucking $65 times however many schmucks don't move their cars. Dude, I watched a cabbie pull a pro fucking move the other day, last week.
Yeah.
So people, because they don't enforce it on every day, right? Usually it's the latter day that the street actually gets cleaned. The parking maids come around.
Okay.
This was one of those days. When the
Wait,
street
are they still
cleaners-
called parking maids?
like people who go and scan and
Yeah, I'm just surprised that that's still a term.
dude. I mean, I don't know if people still call them that.
Oh.
I'm gonna call them
Okay.
maids because they're bitches.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, sorry.
Even if most of them are my fellow people, fuck them. But clearly they have the
Meter
smartest
maids.
job. They still have the smartest job among the NYPD. And so people just will camp in their cars. People have the time to camp in their cars and wait and see if anyone comes by during that hour and a half window.
Okay.
So I'm walking and I see the street cleaning thing come up the block.
Mm-hmm.
And this motherfucker's like, "This is a really good spot." He just pulls onto the sidewalk. I've seen it happen before, but it's the first time I'd seen it in a while, and I was just like,
Yeah.
dude goes
Oh.
past, he's just like, and he was like in a Ford Escape, not the easiest thing to maneuver.
Yeah. That's still ingrained in my memory when the first time I went to New York, and I was there for like 2 months. When I first got there, I was like I don't know, like 19 or something, 19 or 20, and when I landed and then took a cab down to downtown Manhattan where I was staying, and the cab driver ended up going the wrong way on purpose, a wrong way down a one-way street, and I was clenched because he was flying. He wanted to get where he was going. I was like, holy shit, welcome to New York City.
I remember being in Chicago in a cab from the airport to the hotel that we were going, and I still remember that it was the old Caprice,
Mm-hmm.
and the fucking rear end was so shot in it that he'd hit the gas and you'd hear the engine go, and then it would like fucking catch and go, and then when he'd let off the gas, he'd be like, toom. I'm like, damn, this thing's got so much play in it. The fucking U-joints gotta be like tiny.
Yeah.
Drive shaft starts spinning and then hits.
So I know around. So maybe it's different. Maybe it's different where you're at. But I know when it's been a while when the street sweepers don't come through here because, like you see the shit on the side of the road, especially if you're on a bike or something. You always see around you a little bit more than you do in a car, and like you see the remnants of a shattered tail light or whatever, right? That's just or some gravel that some truck dropped on the road or whatever. It'll sit there for a couple of days and then it'll all get cleaned out. And I'm glad because that shit's it's dangerous to not only me but cars and stuff rolling by too.
Yep.
I'm always glad when street sweepers come by. Maybe it's different in the city. I don't know.
I'm not saying it. No, that's why I said 90% of it. There are roads like main roads, but by and large, a lot of blocks could go without it.
Yeah, I'll give you that. We'll get rid of daylight savings time when people start making.
Because all they're doing is fucking throwing the shit onto the sidewalk.
Yeah.
What's that going to end up back on the street?
Well, that sounds like that's a really bad street sweeper. They need
Or
to
even
like take
or also
that in.
with fucking snowplows. Snowplows push the most amount of shit onto the sidewalk. Put everything to the side of the road, it all melts, and all the fucking road gravel and shit's all on the sidewalk now.
Right. That's true.
So fuck. We could use sidewalk cleaning. I'd say that's probably more important.
Coprophagia, not fecalphagia. Good job, Festy. That's right.
Fucking people and their goddamn dog shit in this neighborhood.
Dude, why is that so difficult for people that are taking the dogs for a walk to not let them crap on places?
And the worst part is I've seen motherfuckers with bags in their hands. They don't do shit. Like, I need to walk around with a squirt gun.
Right.
Spray them in the fucking ear.
For the people, not the dogs.
The dog will probably like it, TBH. Right?
Yeah.
No, spray your fucking owner in the ear.
Yeah.
They're not going to like that.
No.
Clean up your shit. Or they'll find the bags full of shit on the street. Like,
you had one job. And it's your damn dog. Curb it.
thank fucking God you're not reproducing. You can't clean up after a dog.
Right. I mean, my neighborhood's got the little stations, periodically along the sidewalks and stuff, and I still find dog shit in my yard sometimes.
And
sure.
people just don't want the confrontation. People don't know how to talk to people. Be like, hey, if someone cuts me in line, I'll be like, there's a woman who tried to cut the line to UPS the other week when I was there, and everyone's like, Miss, she's like, I have a question. I'm like, I have a question too. And I just went like this. I went,
line starts back there, bud. Yeah.
Because I've seen that happen. Like, I have a question. Yeah. And then they go, I'm like, filling out a label, and it's like, no, fuck you.
Right. I mean, in an orderly society, you have to respect lines. If you don't,
Me and Shuffer talked about the other day. We'll never have world peace just by how people treat public bathrooms here in this country. We'll never have peace. Never.
I actually will. What I've always heard that I really liked is why we can't be self-governed. All you have to do is look at the parking lot of a grocery store, and you've got carts everywhere. And that's because it's
an activity. Hire someone to clean them up because people suck at returning them.
Yeah, because it's an activity that you don't have to do, but you really should do because it's good for other people's cars. But there's a huge percentage of people that don't, and it's
like even the fucking parking lots that have the fucking places to put your cart to make it in. They don't fucking.
Now, granted, places like Costco, all right, the little stations maybe are a couple spaces longer for whatever reason. Their cart return things are kind of far apart there, but they're still there, and it's not that hard to put it away. And Costco might be the worst, at least in my experience, the worst spot for it. There's always carts everywhere, and I don't know why. Film noir mode. That's right, Stu. It's black and white day for Foo.
But yeah, fucking people, man. But literally, you want to know why we don't have world peace? Don't look at our governments. Don't look at our leaders. Look at how fucking people do public bathrooms and shopping carts and parking lots. Granted, I didn't mind collecting carts when I worked at Best Buy. You know why? It's like to smoke cigarette.
Right, because you can be outside.
That was my cigarette break.
Oh, Tim, I do not park near the return. I usually stay far away from that because you got dumbasses that kind of bothered to put them in there that then they end up rolling away.
Worst was when fucking one of our carts ended up like 2 lots away. It was like Best Buy was here, end of the parking lot. There's like this little like slopey grass hill, and then here's Walmart, Marshalls, then Sports Authority, and the cart was in the Sports Authority lot. It was December, dog. And I was literally just in like a full sleeve shirt with my Best Buy polo over. That was it. I didn't have a jacket.
Yeah. Fessy said, total opposite of a city guy has to ask, do they still have the guys with the poles with the nail at the end of it? So I know in the certain states in the South anyway,
Paper picker uppers.
they still do chain gangs in a couple
Yep.
places.
They do here.
Yeah. So yeah, but now I don't think they don't have the sticks with the nail in it. But I think they've got little grabbers, like the old man grabbers.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, they definitely use prison labor to clean that things up.
Or they bend over.
Yeah, they don't use prison labor in the city, at least I see. I think it's like more community service. Like mandated shit, but
that I have heard that Festi. So Festi said Aldi charges 25 cents to get a cart, which motivates people to return them, to get a quarterback. I've heard that, and that's why they do that in the airports, right? For the carts in the airports, it's like a buck deposit or something like that to put them back in one of those little.
Those are the easiest to fake out too.
Mm-hmm. Not that we'd ever do that, right, Festi?
Nope.
Yes. Yeah, no, Tim, that's right. And I don't mean the chain gangs as a negative thing. Those are usually guys that are making good choices, right? That are out there because they get to get outside and walk around as opposed to being locked up all day.
We have the whole bicycle building group. They build bikes for kids.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Out at the sheriff's work farm.
Not just stamping license plates anymore.
Nope. Make them use.
That's cool. That's a pretty cool program. You got to find a loony to put in the cart. Oh, I haven't heard that term in a while. Good old loonies. Then you got the toonies. I didn't like the move to the toonie. I don't know if you agree with me on that, but I didn't like that one. I like the loonies. Thought the toonie was lame.
Toonies are gay. What?
Yeah, that's me. Me to me. Yeah, adding toonie owns a grabber, says too. I bet. There's nothing wrong with it. My dad's got one to get at the end of his the bed on his truck. He keeps one in the back of his bed.
Hey,
so
if you've ever dropped shit in the back behind your desk,
oh yeah,
you use that.
Sidebar. Water tastes its finest outside of dying of thirst, obviously. Tastes its finest like an hour to 2 hours after you eat something salty. In this case, I had pizza for dinner. My water tastes so fucking good right now.
Bro, you got RO system. The water always stays good. So.
But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it really tastes good right now. Like, I can't drink enough water. I'm just.
From all the damn salt you got in your system.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. It just tastes really fucking good right now.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're gonna be bloated as fuck.
Maybe.
Got that MSG.
Hey man, it'll be working his kidneys out. It's good. It's good for you.
Chinese pizza you think I'm eating?
working his kidneys out.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I've got a whole big old, just a can of MSG in my cabinet. I use that shit all the time.
I never thought of it as an additive to pizza sauce or cheese.
Yeah, that's true.
It's good times. Well, we're going to be talking about going out of business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned it the other week about Bombies. I told Angsty to look out for a sale. I don't know if I mentioned that on the show or after. I don't remember.
I can't remember if you did or not.
Definitely did. Because you're talking, I think it was when you placed your last order, and I was like, it's going to be a blowout. Unfortunately, one of our beloved vendors of the Reddit community, one Bombies / Bigglesworth Labs, only quits. Understandably. So
there's a lot of rail cracker in this box.
So yeah, so their closing sale, the 120s are cheap. Like what, $10 for a 120 right now? This also applies to Bigglesworth Labs as well. And what, 15 mil salts are going for $15 or $8 rather. Bombies is doing us a service by no longer making Nana Cream available. I'm sorry I had to get that cheap shot in. Not sorry. But yeah, it sucks. Biggles wrote a post today on ECR about it. Share a personal story if you want to go check that out. And yeah, I mean, not all of us got out of the vaping game ahead of time, but some people wanted to ride it out, and they did.
They did.
And
he posted that. Excuse me, Bombies posted that he had a a challenge coin that he was putting in some of the last orders.
And Sean's ears burned.
And Sean's ears burned. That's right. Which I was a little upset because I dropped a couple of bills on this last order of Biggles and I didn't get one.
Sean strikes me as the kind of guy that ate 8 boxes of cereal back in the day to try to. I say this as a serial killer.
Yes.
Duro,
everyone can get it but you.
Captain Crunch had not Captain Crunch. Was it Jack in the Box? What was the one with the fucking popcorn? The fucking caramel popcorn? No, not cereal. The fucking Cracker Jack. Cracker Jack boxes, all right?
Yeah.
So Cracker Jack had a hidden something where it was you could win some shit if you found it. And dude, the thing was a fridge magnet. So all you had to do is fucking bring a magnet with you when you went to the grocery store and just fucking magnet the boxes. Yeah.
Nice.
I found one.
Nice. Dude, back in the day, and you're old enough to know this, back in the day, the prizes inside of Cracker Jacks were pretty awesome.
Yes, they were.
Some of them were like, die cast like metal things and like cool shit. And these days it's like a sticker.
Dude, they were even great cereal toys too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we talked about fast food toys. I think we talked about we've run the gamut of random shit to talk about. But when they did the original Star Wars trilogy remastered, they did Taco Bell was like the official fast food sponsor, and they had some great fucking fast food toys with their kids' meals. Like they had this thing of the Death Star. It was like a sparking thing where you just revved it. It was basically supposed to simulate like the Death Star exploding. I remember that one specifically, and it was fucking dope. But I think those were like some of the good fast toys that got forgotten about because you don't think of fast food toys when you think of Taco Bell.
No, you don't.
Think of dirty diapers.
Yeah.
Really runny, dirty diapers. Yeah.
So Addie, we are currently working on figuring something out. I've personally gotten, I think, 3 texts over the last couple of days of people looking for the Poe e-liquids, and we haven't figured out exactly what to do yet, but we're working on a solution.
Yeah, we are. Wait,
stay tuned.
We'll have we got you.
Yeah. We'll figure something out that'll help folks for sure. Your lower arm's gone. Your upper arm's flipping in and out.
I was trying to watch it to see if I could see it. I ain't got no arm.
Lieutenant Mast.
It's gone.
Can you see that logo at the bottom of your screen? And it looks like Durex for some reason went out of the corner of my eye. Looks like a condom thing.
It is, the Durex logo is a little more rounded on the edge.
It is. Yeah, no. So one of my newer buddies that I just recently have started hanging out with, I don't remember what it was. There was a funny story about him finding a jewel in his house, and he thinks one of his like either the babysitter for his kids or maybe he said the person that was coming by to help him clean his house or something. Like he just assumed somebody dropped it, and he's like, so like those things are like what people smoke weed out of or whatever, right? And I was like, no.
To be fair,
I know, but in order to keep it simple, I was just like, no.
They do make
yes
pods that fit it, but that's not its intended purpose.
Right, exactly. So, so just it was the next time we hung out or something. I basically, I'm trying to remember how it came up, but however it came up, vaping came up again. I was like, I've been involved in this, tobacco harm reduction thing for a long time, and I said I can talk your ear off about it, but here's the short version, and I just dropped it on them. I said right now they're putting thousands and thousands of people out of work, right in the middle of COVID. But you can still go buy cigarettes, no problem. So here's what a master settlement agreement is. I gave him the TLDR there, but
Not even that, but it's like
he was actually pretty interesting. He's like, because most people, I mean, guys, the people in chat and us three, we're the weirdos, right? Nobody else knows about this stuff at all or cares really.
yeah,
most people.
It's almost like the media taste makes what people know and don't know.
Yeah.
I remember the master settlement. I was like in 5th or 6th grade when it got passed.
Right.
But it's like even people I work with in news have the fucking memory of a goldfish.
Yeah, for sure.
I get the information overload, but come on. Take your fucking ginkgo, for fuck's sake. That's a dated reference.
Yeah,
Remember when that
ginkgo
shit was the
biloba.
shit?
Ginkgo biloba.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that. Addy.
Also Evolve is having a big sale.
Yeah.
Reflex is like 50 bones right now. 50 or no,
Yeah.
I think 70 bones.
And there's
50.
also, if you search on YouTube, there's a video of a reflex hack that allows you to add a mod tab in eScribe and allows you to mess with a bunch of settings on the reflex that you normally can't.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Was that link you posted earlier from DJ
Yes.
LSB?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Addy, I did not know that Nick got screwed out of his recipes. That sucks.
How did he get screwed? Did he get screwed by not having anything in writing? Because I have zero sympathy for that.
That or he's doing business with the wrong peoples.
Yeah, that's what Addy is suggesting at the end there. That
Because I've just heard dozens of stories of
Yeah.
people entering into like friend agreements or this or that. Like, dude, you get all that shit in writing.
Mm-hmm.
Because so long as you have it in writing to try and challenge it, guess what? You have a piece of paper that they signed. Otherwise, it's he said, she said bullshit, and who's got more clout on Instagram to shit on.
And you never know when a guy's going to come mow the lawn too. So
I like the drive-by Masty. He's
No.
just like walking by. You never know when this is gonna happen. They just post.
I was looking for something. I forget the camera's on. Better keep my pants on.
Yeah, I mean that's I mean obviously you get the the harm reduction that's going to be done for millions of vapors, but then you've got the thousands and thousands and thousands of people's jobs that are just gone now. It sucks, and right now in these trying times, that's even double suck. So Duro, from what I understand, I don't think you can just change your packaging. From what I've heard, technically, and this is one of those things. It's in the rules, and who knows if they're going to enforce it or not. But if it's ever been used or intended to be used for vaping ever, then it's effectively going to be verboten. There's a few things that were used before vaping that you could probably get away with. I would assume VG and that kind of stuff you could probably still get. But and I would assume, this is an assumption, I am not a lawyer, but I would assume that you could get some of the food flavorings that we've used before, as long as maybe they make you sign something that it's not going to be for vaping. I don't know.
The flavorings in the VG, we talked about this last week. Those aren't going to be the hard things to get. It's the nicotine.
It's the Nick, for sure.
Because there's still a pharmaceutical use for PG and VG.
Right.
Shit, even nicotine, if you know the right people, it's an insecticide. I'm sure you could get it somewhere. So
yeah, if you want to buy some Muji cotton, I'm sure you could spend $10 and have a lifetime supply.
and cotton bacon, Should they change their? They should just. I don't know. Cotton bacon's some of the most overrated shit I've ever used. I took a bunch of samples and used them just because it was money I didn't have to spend on cotton, but I wouldn't pay for cotton bacon.
I never liked how inconsistently dense it was. Like you had to do that yourself, and if you got it right, that's fine. But that's one of the things I always liked about the Chato stuff. But then again, I've got more Chato to last me. I mean, probably most of a decade. I've got every time we did lists in the group, I just always bought some, and ended up with there. I probably have another 15 or 20 packs in there, easy. And I very rarely, I typically these days run a mod on Addy, re-wick it once or twice a week, maybe, usually just once, and it's just gonna last me until I'm tired of it.
But yeah, it becomes too difficult. I'm done vaping. That's it for me. It's not the hardest decision for me to make. I know it's not going to be the same for others, but
yeah,
like
that's yeah.
I don't, it's been years since I've worked in the industry, so it's like I still use my salts as that, but by and large, it's like I'm perfectly fine moving on. So
yeah,
what it is,
which sucks, but
like I've
been
mentally prepared for this for years,
right? Yeah.
More or less since the gaming regs came out, and I'm like, we're not getting over this hump.
No,
just not.
No, you try to stay positive that whole time, but it's
yeah,
yeah, it's the Fed. Holy crap, it is still blowing out there, dude. It's been gusting 45 plus out here today.
Is the rain already going by you? I saw the tornado in Texas today.
I don't know about Texas, but I think in North Alabama, my kid brother was at a job out there, and he sent me a video message. And it was just him like going like this in a parking lot, and the sirens were going. Apparently, there was one near him.
Yeah, I saw somebody posted something about these guys showed up and were hunting for tornadoes and got one in Texas.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I don't know how big it was though, but
it's certainly blowing here. But I mean, it's 45, 50 mile an hour gusts is not the same thing as a tornado for sure. So I don't know where that is, but it's possible.
Yeah.
We do get them here every now and then. Yeah. Thanks, Addy, for posting that for sure. Oh, you know what? Addy mentioned something else I was going to holler about earlier. He said Alex is doing a podcast now.
Oh, okay.
It's on SoundCloud. He posted the link earlier.
Of course, with that voice.
And then old Mr. Salt and Pepper. Come on. Yeah, that's right. So I'm the same way. That's one of the reasons I went down to 3, and I've been there for a long time. If I had to quit, okay. And if I wanted to keep doing it at zero nick like Massey did for a long time, just to do it, I could probably do that, and it probably wouldn't kill me.
Yeah.
Assuming I can still get a hold of.
It's one of those things you build that I guess being accustomed to doing that, and then you just get used to it. So
yeah, for sure. And that is part of it, right? That's the magical part that I think we've all talked about before is
make it a new habit.
You're taking something away and adding something that does similar things. It's still the ritual. It's still the ritualized breathing. It's still a lot of the same kind of sensations that you liked when you're smoking.
Yeah.
It just lets you do it in a safer manner. Yeah, so much for the government working for the people. Yeah, that hasn't happened in a long time, has it? In theory, they should be scared of the people. They haven't been scared of the people for a long time. Yeah. I don't know if I can agree, Duro. He said Casada's sucked since day one. I think CASA's always had an uphill battle because of how they work and what they're trying to do, which is working within the government, which when you're going against expensive lobbyists and stuff, there's only so much you can do. What they have done, though, and I think in a really good way, is Alex and all the guys there have done a good job of getting at least the vocal part of vaping, the people that like you guys in chat and us, they'll get those kind of people to contact their representatives, which has opened up conversations that I've had with my local and state representatives. You know, and if it's not going to work because of the system and that's how it works, okay. But I think that's about what you can do, right? It's not like you can, you know, it's not like you can do much about it, right? All you can do is work within the system that we have, and whether or not it's broken in that how we've got lobbyists having more power than our actual elected officials. Yeah, I mean, that's a problem for sure, but that's not CASA's fault. They were always trying to do, I think, what they could.
I mean, too, you know, it's bringing awareness to it, you know?
That's right.
Where's
Festy posted a link today in our chat about, it was from Sasha. Yeah, it was from Sasha, and he was talking about, he was basically giving props to Anakin and Aspire doing all that they have done so far to get approved here in the States. Now,
yeah,
that's
but I mean, again, that doesn't matter.
Right.
You know, I mean, none of the approvals matter. Didn't Bombies have an approval?
Yep.
No, I don't know if
I think
Bombies
he
did or not, but it doesn't matter as far as shipping stuff goes. Yes,
Right.
But if they can still get that to certain local shops and that kind of thing, then I assume that means that they can still sell them.
Yeah.
You know, whether or not you got any e-liquid to put in there, who knows? But but at least they got as far as they could get legally, which I think it says something. I think that's cool.
That, and also say he did get approved. How long does it take him to make back what he spent on the process? And he's a pretty big vendor, and even still, that's a lot of fucking SKUs. It's going to take a long time to pay that shit off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unless you got Washington insiders, poor people are fucked. Not the first time their habits have been gatekeeped or this, that. You know, vaping wasn't a problem until rich white kids were using Juuls in class, and that's when.
Oh, and then it blew up.
And then the bootleg weed cartridges.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People want to blame Juul, like, oh, they got kids addicted, and yeah, I had this debate at length with Bagels in the car, and I said they were just waiting for something, and so what if that accelerated our demise? It was happening. It was a matter of when. And not to mention, our industry really fucking sucked in its lack of unity. Let's fucking be honest here.
For sure.
How much finger pointing and infighting? Like, I joke about it, but that's literally like we in a lot of ways, like, the industry didn't deserve it in that regard. We couldn't fucking rely on one another. Too much politics, too much bullshit.
Yeah, well, and too many people wanting to be the figurehead, right? You know, they're fighting over who gets to be the guy, and that sucks. But how I explained it to my buddy is like, you know, this whole technology grew from in one of the most purest forms of grassroots solving a problem that I've ever seen. All the innovation, all of the innovation, not only in hardware and mods, but hardware and atomizers and everything else, and e-liquid and all that other stuff. That all came from people just trying and figuring out something, and then small businesses starting up to support it. And there's so much to really like about it. As us that got to see it, you know, not only from near the beginning, but through, you know, on the inside in a lot of ways too, and you know, behind the scene in the e-liquids and mod making and the board making, all the stuff that we got to see. It was just so cool.
Yeah, I learned a shitload.
Yeah.
Right? The things we taught ourselves, the things we learned from other people.
Yeah.
Friends we made, all of that, and everyone here still in chat that are still watching our dumbasses 7 years later. You know? I'm not sad. I'm sad, but I'm not angry anymore. Really, like I said, I've been kind of mentally prepared for the end of this. So, but yeah, I'm not like don't really have any regrets of my time in the business and doing this. So I'm leaving it on the field.
Yeah. And maybe at some point we'll figure something out, or the guys that were able to get the stuff they were able to get through, maybe they'll figure something out. And if that's the case, then we can throw them whatever weight that we have left and support them in that way. It would be cool. Yeah, that's right, Rifle. I would have never learned anything about Ohm's law or be able to describe how to properly place a resistance wire in between, a semi-mechanical connection between batteries and make that perform the way I wanted it to, down to a fraction of an ohm, so that it heats it just right. I mean, there are so many neat things that this has taught me, for sure.
And those of you who are in your 20s, in your 30s, and your 40s, this is your first foray seeing how shitty public health policy can be and seeing how corrupt it can be. Well, first of all, you need to make up for lost time and go read up on the history of public health and how fucking crooked it's always been.
Mm-hmm.
And how politicized it is, and that the right thing never gets done, or the fact that we're legalizing marijuana but taking away vapes. Like there's no logic to it. You can't apply logic to people who, read second and third hand information on shit.
Yeah.
And we always got to remember, a part of this we did to ourselves.
Yeah.
So,
we
because there was a lot of stuff within the community that was done without any regard for, any consequences. So.
Bathtub juice? Are you talking about bathtub juice?
Yeah, China always wins.
Just
like
all kinds of stuff.
We asked China a very long time ago to be the manufacturing hub of the world, and vaping is what's the pebbles in the lake?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeep.
Mm-hmm.
Our industry was not big. It was only big. It was big enough to piss off pharmaceuticals and tobacco, but not large enough for people to give a shit about putting their neck out for us. We didn't have a Warren Buffett. We didn't have any of those guys coming to our aid. They maybe commented on it.
Right.
But
they didn't go to bat.
If I had something to lose, I wouldn't put my neck out for us. Fuck. So.
Or said he's talking about other things that have not gone the right way. Is like, are we driving the best cars? Betamax should have won. Yeah. Freaking VHS. Disgusting. Well, we got that one buddy that's gone retro and has been putting together the mini disc stuff, which made me really happy when I saw him jacking around with all that mini disc stuff, because I was a mini disc nerd for a while in high school, for sure.
Yeah.
Loved mini discs. They're so
great.
Cool.
Some of my favorite Sony advertising. Remember the little Sony alien?
Yeah.
Like with Snoop Dogg?
Mm-hmm.
Sup, foo? That was the inspiration behind my handle, too, somewhat.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know
that.
That
was just like a thing of mine. I would be like, sup, foo? I always tell people.
Right on.
So, anyway, we're making a short one tonight. Because I'm old and tired and full of pizza.
Word. I posted in chat. I put in chat too. Same thing.
So.
Taru. All right, everybody. So, it's a bit of a bummer here in the next week or two with all this stuff happening. So, if you want to and you feel like it, you can still, I believe, go over to Bombies or Bigglesworth Labs and pick up. Yeah. They've got all their shit on super sale.
I'm about to drop a lot of money there soon, so
yeah. So you can go throw them a little bit of love and get stocked up.
Give our mans Mike, Jay, give him one last little shot in the arm send off.
Yeah. And hell, if you order from Bombies, you might get the cool challenge coin. You should send it to me if you get one.
No. If you get it, send a picture to me. And I'm going to send it to Sean. You'll never get this.
All right, everybody. We will see you next week. Same Plumes time,
remember-
same Plume channel. What?
And remember, unlike vaping, you don't get to get rid of us that easy.
No, no, no.
Find some other mundane shit to talk about.
That's right. Later, boys.
Peace.
Boy, that took